welcome once again to a new episode of Spoiled. I am Enosh, aka Enosh Fett, and along with me, as always, is the beautiful
Tiftastic.
Yes, and we are happy to be with you today. We have seen a lot of movies lately.
A little bit.
Yeah, we're actually going to do our first ever DVD review coming up here for movies that we didn't see in the theater, but we just saw on DVD, and we want to share our thoughts and ideas with you and get your thoughts and ideas back. But today, we're talking about the long-awaited
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Spider-Man Homecoming. He came back to the MCU, as it were. And so, this movie's crazy. It's really not that crazy, but I just wanted to...
He's such a cute little superhero.
He is. He's like spinning his webs over here and flinging webs over here and like, getting people stuck to cars and stuff. It's got like 500 and something web combinations, whatever. Anyway, so we're going to talk about the movie. We're going to talk about the movie, though. It's been out for a couple days now. So if you haven't seen it already, you may want to just go ahead and stop this video and just come back to it later. You know, that's what the little cue is there for, so you can see the history of videos that you've watched. And once you go see Spider-Man, you can come back and watch this video.
And find out what we're going to say.
And then you can listen to what we're saying. So spoiler warnings all over the place. The name of the show. The name of the show. What was that again? Okay. The name of the show is Spoiled, so there you go. So we're going to talk about Spider-Man. Tiffany.
Yes.
How stoked were you for this movie?
I was actually very excited because I liked what they did in Avengers. Just that little snippet that we got with... Was it Avengers?
Yeah, it was Avengers. No,
Why are
it
you
wasn't.
making fun of me?
It might have... No, you know what? I was thinking it was Avengers too, but it's not Avengers. It was Civil War.
The one that he showed
It was Captain
up,
America. But nowadays, all the Marvel movies are just like Avengers movies.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, so...
The one that he showed up in...
They're all in all the movies.
He took his shield and he's like, oh, that's so cool, where we first saw him.
Yeah.
That's where I thought, okay, that's how cool he was in that one. I want to see what he can do.
Yes.
So
Get
after
camera
seeing
and yell
him
over
in that, I thought I want to see what his movie can actually be. So
Yeah.
I was actually very excited to see what he was capable of in his own standalone movie.
So I love Spider-Man. So here's the thing. I really like the Tobey Maguire movies. Part 3 was a little rough, but parts 1 and 2 of Spider-Man, the original with Tobey Maguire, are pretty good. I do agree that Tobey was very kind of emo in his presentation of Peter Parker. Yeah. But then along came, Andrew Garfield, and I thought
Better-ish.
I thought Andrew Garfield did a better job.
Yeah, a little better than Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
and then
as Peter Parker, and those were good movies,
Yeah.
So this movie comes along, and I am glad. There are things about this movie that I really, really love, and then there are things about this movie that just kind of irk me.
I just think I think so far that Holland
right
is
here
the better
irks me right there.
Peter Parker, though. Out of all of the people that have played him, Holland is the better Peter Parker for me.
Yes, he did a great job as Peter Parker. Hats off if I had one on, but I don't. To you, Mr. Holland, and he did a great job. I've seen people complain about Tony Stark being in the movie. And
I think the little bit that he did, it wasn't too much. It wasn't too little. I think the part that he played was actually perfect. It was just where it needed to be, and I think it actually kind of, the parts that he did play pushed him to actually be what he became in the movie that I think
I liked how the movie started off, kind of like right there after Civil War, and shows Peter, really wanting to be an Avenger and wanting to have this life of being a superhero and stuff. But he's young and he's gonna mess up. I mean, we have a 15-year-old kid, and I can't imagine if our 15-year-old kid had gotten bit by a radioactive spider, that he'd have a lot to learn too.
Yeah.
He's just trying to figure out girls right now.
Just trying to sneak in his room on the ceiling and being like, hey, I wasn't out trying to, save the city or anything.
Yeah. So that's all fine. I like Tony Stark in the movie too. I liked his role. I liked the fact that they brought back Jon Favreau
as
I love Happy Hogan, and I love that. That was really cool. It was good to see that. And, I liked how they resolved it. Because it was kind of started to get on my nerves about how they kept ignoring everything that Peter was trying to tell them.
Yes.
Of all the danger and everything that was going on with the Vulture and stuff.
It was almost like, you're a kid, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
And I was really having a hard time with that, but I'm glad that they rectified that at the end of the movie, and those, and they came out and apologized to him and stuff. So Michael Keaton, One of my favorite Batmans.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Nothing happened. Anyways, so Michael Keaton in this movie. So here's my problem with Michael Keaton. I really like Michael Keaton, but Michael Keaton looks like my old boss, and it just grates on me. He was such
Which
a
means he plays a good bad guy then.
yeah, but I was really glad to see Spider-Man beat him in the end. Because
But he was flying, so he kind of looked like a
Yeah.
really old Batman.
I know. So I can't hold that against, Michael Keaton. We saw him in The Founder as well, and we really liked that movie. We didn't do a review of The Founder, but we really liked The Founder too.
But we didn't like him in Birdman.
No, Birdman was bad.
You
Birdman was
saw a
bad.
review of Birdman. He wasted my time. 2 hours
Yeah.
I can't get back. I can't unsee that movie.
I'm sorry, we're just not that artsy, I guess. If you want to know what Tiffany thought of Birdman, look back in our queues, and you'll find Tiffany's...
Thug Life video of things that I can't unsee.
Pretty much. So, I liked all that. I liked the idea of Peter having to learn to use the suit. I really didn't even have a problem with him overriding the protocol, the training wheels protocol,
Yeah.
to get all the different things, because it showed his immaturity, right?
Well, it showed that, and then it also showed just the fact that, when he did, he was trying to learn and stuff. And I think also the same thing, even though he got frustrated and angry and upset, kind of like same thing our 15-year-old would, when Tony did take the suit away out of, you're ready for it. If you can't be that without the suit, then you're not ready for the suit, or you don't need the suit, kind of thing. It was, but it also took taking that away to push him to be like, you know what, I'm going to take my old suit back. I'm still going to do what I need to do. And it pushed him to be that much better and to say, you know what, no, I'm still going to be Spider-Man without it. And it made him, when he was in the midst of danger, he realized on his own, no, I can still be Spider-Man with or without the suit. I'm still going to be that person.
And
I thought that was cool.
That's the best part of the movie for me, was once he lost the suit, where he had to actually be Spider-Man
With or without it.
without the suit, and show that he was a hero inside, and that he could rise above these kind of challenges. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is actually them going to homecoming, and he goes up to Liz's door, knocks on the door, and who answers that door but Michael Keaton, the Vulture. That was so cool. That was a great twist. I knew that I had heard the twist was coming, that he was somebody's dad.
I was like, no way.
Yeah. I knew that he was somebody's dad, but I thought he was, what's her name? Zendaya. I thought he was her dad, from what I had heard. And so with him not being that, but being Liz's dad, that really put a cool twist on it.
Yeah.
And made an interesting tension, because that moment.
No.
Yeah, that moment anyways is a hard moment for young men, dating a girl and taking her, to prom or whatever, or homecoming dance.
That's the name of the movie.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I was homeschooled. I didn't go to prom. Okay, so there you go. I didn't go to homecoming either. Okay, but anyway, so I loved that tension, and then I thought it was a little too easy that he figured out he was Spider-Man. Because it was all in the space of like a 3-minute conversation in the car that he figured it out. But also,
you weren't there in DC when she was in the elevator, and you weren't there for that thing too. Oh, really?
Yeah, I get that too, because Peter Parker's young, and of course he's going to slip up like that and give away too much information, and so that's fine. But I love the way that Michael Keaton handled that the Vulture handled that by just basically telling him, look, here's the deal I'll make with you. You leave me alone, But I love that Peter immediately.
You saved my daughter's life. I'll give you a freebie.
Yep, and it's interesting because it showed that the Vulture, in the end, the reason why he became a villain was because he was trying to do the right thing for his family. He got messed over, and he was trying.
If the city would have just let him do his job, he wouldn't have done what he had.
But then you don't use alien technology to make weapons to sell on the street either.
Yeah,
so
true.
You can't really give him that either, can you? So that whole exchange was awesome. I was satisfied with the ending, and how he beat the Vulture. I thought that was very cool. And how he brought down the plane and all that stuff. That was all good. Now, let's talk about the ending, the very end. I am so glad that Peter did not become an Avenger in this movie.
Yes.
I'm
I think. Well, I think
You
it's.
you said that you said
thought
that like
you were
you're doing like an
talking-
infomercial. Yes.
But wait, there's more.
But
No,
there's
I
more.
thought you were talking about the very ending, like the after the credits ending. 'cause
No, we'll
that kinda
talk about that in a
frustrated
minute.
me.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. Okay. But no, I was so glad. Well, one, because that Spider-Man suit that he was presenting him. I mean, it would have been cool, I guess,
I've
for like
seen
one
better.
little thing, you know. After it just brings back horrible memories to me of the Joel Schumacher Batman days, where it was like we got like 3 different Batman suits in a movie, and you know they had to be weird and whatever. And so I get it, and it was kind of like an Iron Spider type of thing off of the comic book, so I get all that. But I was really glad that Peter turned that down for now.
I think it impressed Tony Stark though too that it was like, hey, I'm offering you the world and you can take it and just walk through the doors. Now you're an Avenger, and
Yeah.
no, and he was kind of like, yeah, you know what? Okay, whatever. And then Pepper Potts walked through, and she's like, where is he?
Yes.
You know what? He's good. We'll figure something else out. I thought that was. I think it actually impressed Tony Stark that it's like, you know what? I just gave you the world and you just said no. You got spunk, kid. It was.
What's
like,
wrong with you, man? Be an Avenger. Just do it.
So I thought that was kind of cool.
No, it was it was really cool, and I was glad to see.
And it made Happy smile too. Like you just said no to Tony Stark. I like you.
and I was glad to see Pepper Potts back.
Yeah, that was.
That was
cool.
nice. She's been missing from this whole thing, and I really like that. So that was all good. Then of course there's the other twist that this continuity is doing, in that Aunt May is going to know that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah, and she almost dropped an F-bomb at the end too. Just
Yeah,
for
like
finding out
what
who
a-
he was.
What an ending to the Spider-Man Disney movie. Well, I mean, it's a Sony movie, but it's really the MCU. Whatever. Okay. But, man, yeah, almost drop an F-bomb there, right? That was almost better than
Kinda
Tony
making
Stark's.
Aunt May kind of hot too.
That was almost as good as Tony Stark's I Am Iron Man bomb at the end of his movie. So, anyways, totally cool. Here's where Zendaya, or is that her name?
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Okay. Did not like her in this movie. I'm sorry. She was creepy. She was weird.
She was very not Disney in this movie. She was very emo and just like
She looked like she needed a shower.
she did.
Oh, it was.
She looked like she smelled like a He-Man.
For those of you who don't know what that means, Tiffany's been on this whole thing of saying that the dank smell of people who smoke pot smells like He-Man.
Well, no.
I don't know why.
Not
but-
He-Man. Stinkor from He-Man.
Stinkor. Oh.
Yes, the guy.
And you thought that she wasn't a true nerd, that you didn't think she would know stuff like that. She knows who Stinkor is from Superman.
The little skunk-looking
He-Man.
guy
He-Man.
from the bad guys from He-Man has a certain smell, and certain people smell like that. You know who you are.
It's like its own perfume. Zendaya by Stinkor.
It is.
Anyways,
I'm just saying.
that's how she looked, and when she dropped that MJ thing at the end,
He rolled his eyes and shook his head and says, "No, no, please, no."
no, okay. Look, I don't care about it's not a racial thing. I was fine with Peter liking Liz. It has nothing to do with that. But if you now.
Yeah, MJ.
No, she's not MJ. And I've read a couple things afterwards that
She could
said
be Michael
that
Jackson.
they're not trying to necessarily make her Mary Jane, that they're just using the MJ moniker. If that plays out, I'll be fine. But she cannot be Mary Jane. I'm sorry, that is not going to work for me, because that just, like, I have something to say about it, right? But so there's things about all 3 different series of Spider-Man movies that I like, that I think they get it right, and then that they don't get it right.
They should do the mashup from all 3.
Mary Jane in the Tobey Maguire movies, no, I'm sorry. Mary Jane is supposed to be like this model who is like super hot, and she calls him Tiger, and that was not
She was-
what's her name?
She actually was. What's her face from the second one? But she was the other chick.
Yeah. Well, so I did not like Mary Jane in those Spider-Man movies, okay? But I loved Gwen Stacy
That's what I meant.
in the Andrew Garfield movies,
Yes.
because
She
we
should
love
have been Mary
because we love her, and I think she's a great actress, and yeah, so I love that. This one, the love interest, I wasn't really worried about it because he's in high school and it's not that. But, you know, you start dropping MJs here and there and you're going to get a rise out of people. And I think it has. And so that's my thoughts on that. But I thought it was a good movie. I thought it did its job. I thought it could have been better, though. Honestly, I really thought that I didn't go in thinking, oh, this is going to suck. I went in thinking, hey, this is Spider-Man, okay? This is going to be great. But I thought there were some elements that they played it a little... They played the movie a little weird in some areas, like the MJ thing, and just, kind of creating this kind of sense. And I don't know if they were just trying to create some controversy for people or whatever, but, it is what it is. But I really liked the movie. I did. I loved it. It was a good movie. Sure? Yeah, I'm sure. I liked it. So, anyways.
I liked the fact that they did play him younger than they have all the other Tobey Maguire's, all the other Spider-Man. So I liked the fact that he was young, and so the cute little, oh my gosh, this suit is so cool. Did you know that they could do that? And the little, the naivete, or however you want to say that word. Naivete. The fact that he was just like, this is so cool, and just like the first time things of him just really learning, how he's, how his suit works, how his superpowers work. I thought that was really cool because that's how he would be learning his superpowers for the first time. And so I thought that was very cool, kind of, catching that. So.
Definitely Spider-Man from the comics.
Yes.
For sure. And I thought they did a fine job with that. So
even
now...
his friend is like, can I get bit by the superheroes? I thought that was even kind of cool. Like, can you do this? Shut up, stop it. Like, every time he kept coming up to him for questions.
It was good. It was good. So, hey, Tiffany, it comes down to this. Out of 5, what would you rate Spider-Man Homecoming? 5 being the best, 1 being the worst.
I would give it about a 3.5, 4. Because it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I got to go see it again, 5, but it wasn't like a 2. It was like right in the middle. It was 3.5, 4.
And I also give it a 3.5. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was a great effort. I'm interested in seeing what they do going from here.
Yes.
But I thought they could have done a little better.
But I do like Holland. He's my favorite Spider-Man so far.
Yes, definitely
so
great.
That's why I would get it rated higher.
Absolutely. So, but what did you think of Spider-Man? Have you seen Spider-Man? Did we just totally ruin Spider-Man for you because you missed the part where we said there were spoilers? I hope not. But hey, did you like Spider-Man? Tell us down in the comment section, okay? And let us know. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on the video because I guess that helps somehow. And share the video with others. Tell other people about what we're doing here because we like to have fun. We like comic books. We like movies. We like, what else do we like? We like toys. We like action figures and cool, fun stuff like that. And we like to talk about it here with you. And we like to get your input. And we like to have a conversation down in the comment section. Okay? So, that was a fly. Maybe I got bit by a radioactive fly. Anyways, he catches bad guys just like flies. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. All right, so that's enough for us. Again, I am Enosh, a.k.a. Enosh Fett, and with me as always...
Tiff-tastic.
That's right, and this has been Spoiled.